Hey guys, it's meteorologist Sarah Blue here. I'm coming to you guys from CBS19 studios. We're going to give you an update on the upcoming winter weather. Now, I will be monitoring our Facebook comments, so if you guys have questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat there. I'll do my best to monitor. But yeah, so this is coming in later today. We're starting to look at maybe 10 a.m., maybe 9 a.m. when we could start to see our first bouts of snow, sleet, and rain. So what we're looking at right now is our winter storm severity index. This is similar to the different layers and categories that we give you when we're talking about severe weather. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What we're seeing, extreme impacts. That's the highest level that there is for areas in purple. That's stretching from Mineola back to Gillimer toward Marshall. Every area above I-20 is expecting at least a moderate impact, if not more. Fewer impacts through Deep East Texas, but still it is going to be a bout of rainy and stormy as well as wintry weather coming through. Now let's go through our alerts. We have a winter storm warning. That's for the counties highlighted in pink. This has been expanded since the last time I talked to you yesterday. So if your county is in pink, make sure you are staying weather aware today. A winter storm advisory, that's one level less than a warning. That's what you're seeing in the purple. So toward Athens, Jacksonville, Henderson, and Palestine, just to name a few of the cities that are in that advisory. So remember what county your color is in, or what color your county is in, is what I should say. What we're expecting, if you live in the pink, between 2 to 6 inches of snow accumulation and out to 1 inch of snow accumulation in the purple. However, we are expecting ice accumulations all across the highlighted counties. That's going to be our biggest risk in terms of power outages. If you get some ice accumulating on a power line or on a tree branch, that could knock it down and knock down a power line from that tree branch. So just be aware of that. So let me walk you through our latest look at our future skycast. Clouds begin to stream in from the west through the morning. By the time most of us are getting out and about between 9 and 10 is when we start to see our first bouts of some wintry weather coming in. What you're looking at in the blue is snow, a mix of snow, sleet, and ice is what you're seeing here in the pink. And then green is where it's just straight rain. It may freeze upon contact with the ground, but that's coming down as liquid rain. This continues through the morning. You can keep an eye on the time clock here. Now I'm looking at the early afternoon here. We're seeing some snow for areas along I-30, a wintry mix for areas along I-20. Once again, that's a mix of everything: snow, sleet, ice, and rain, and then rain just down to the south. As we get to the evening hours, this becomes much more widespread. However, we are tracking a little burst of warmer air that's coming in. That's going to turn a lot of this into rain. We'll have that snow and transition zone. That's where we transition from snow into rain, get shoved up to the north, even in some areas north of I-30. Mostly rain coming through as we get into the evening hours. That continues overnight. Now looking ahead to early Friday morning, so 1, 2 a.m., most of us will be asleep at this time. We get a bout of cold air that's getting shoved in on the backside of the system. We could have some little flurries of snow making it to areas along I-20 and for areas out just slightly south of I-20. Tyler, maybe a bit in Henderson, but this is what we're looking at. Once again, this is early Friday morning. That continues until around 5 a.m. We're still tracking a few little flurries along I-20 and up to the north. Eventually that clears out by the midday. However, we're still locked under clouds as we get through the day on Friday, so it's unclear how much of that remaining ice will melt. So try to stay off the roadways as much as you can, but if you do have to be on the roads, please take it slow and drive safely. You want to make sure that you are taking all of the cautions necessary because this is going to be very hazardous to travel in. The National Weather Service and the Weather Prediction Center are saying it could be impossible in some instances. So today, watch out on the roads. Bursts of sleet, snow, and freezing rain will make travel very hazardous. Tonight, we have freezing rain and snow changing into rain. That could create some slick spots. We could have some icy spots on the road as well. Looking ahead to Friday, it's still going to be treacherous if you're out driving. We have that changeover from rain into snow on the morning. That could cause some icy spots. We could get some melting coming in the late afternoon. Once again, it really depends on how much sunshine we get in here and how much ice actually accumulates on the road. Okay, so what we're looking at in terms of what's coming down. Remember how I talked about that little burst of warm air that's coming in? That's what's changing it to rain. So here we're looking at all the layers of the atmosphere. The ground is on the bottom, the upper atmosphere, that's up on the top. What we need for snow is for everything throughout the entire layer of the atmosphere to be at or below freezing. That's why we're seeing snow for areas up toward I-30. For the most part, things are staying cold there. Once you get to the I-20 corridor, it's kind of hit and miss. We are literally switching back and forth between a degree or two here throughout all of these different layers of the atmosphere, and that's going to determine what we get. Now, like I mentioned, we do have that little bout of warmer air coming in. That's going to melt the rain and snow that's coming down, having it come down in liquid rain closer to 7, maybe 8 o'clock. But then as we have that colder air coming in early tomorrow morning, so 1, 2 a.m., that's when we could switch back to snow north of I-20. All right, so what we're looking at in terms of today with temperatures, we're starting off cold. We're going to be near or below freezing by the time you are stepping outside. If you do have to go outside, try to limit travel. We warm up, but then we are stuck in the mid-30s for the remainder of the day today. Still with those clouds, rain, snow, and sleet, that's bringing in cooler air, keeping us from getting much warmer than that. But then we begin to drop, and we'll drop below freezing tonight. Let's talk about high temperatures. Up to 35, that's our high today in Tyler, 35 in Longview, Henderson warming up to 34 as well, and then Lufkin and St. Augustine topping out right around 38 degrees. Tonight, we drop back below freezing. I have us at 31 in Tyler and in Longview, some 20s for areas along I-30. Now, a few of our cities out to deep East Texas. So Crockett back to Lufkin and St. Augustine, maybe towards Center and Nacogdoches as well, could stay above freezing tonight. That will help to melt some of the ice. However, we really need to get the sunshine in here to give us that extra kick of warmth that we need to help this really clear out of here. So once again, I don't think it'll be until tomorrow afternoon, or maybe even in some cases for areas up north until Saturday that we really get the bulk of that ice melting out of here. All right, taking a live look outside, we're seeing just clouds streaming across our region early this morning around 4:15. I'm watching areas out to our west though. That's where we're seeing our winter storm right now. It's toward Abilene, stretching back toward West Texas, just to the south of San Angelo there. We are seeing a mix of all types of weather: snow, sleet, ice, rain, freezing rain, you name it, it's there. And that's going to get to us, like I said, closer to maybe 9, 10 in the morning, depending on how this all shapes up. But still, it's out to our west. We still have a few hours before we get the worst of it. But for most of the day today, it is going to be very treacherous on the roadways. Please make sure that you are driving carefully and avoiding any unnecessary travel. What you'll need to make sure you are bundling up and keeping up to date with the forecast. We still have a few hours before that storm gets to us. If you have any extra battery packs, now would be a good time to plug them in to make sure they're all charged up in the event that you do lose power. Same goes for any battery-powered devices that you won't be able to charge if you don't have power in your home. All right, in terms of what we're looking at, snow for areas up to the north. Most of our East Texas cities that are seeing snow, between 2 to 6 inches are possible. A little bit less along I-20, maybe 1 to 2 inches. We're still tracking the majority ice in that area. And then if you look out to the green, that's where we're expecting more rain. That's from Nacogdoches, Hemp Hill, Center, Crockett, Lufkin, all of our deep East Texas cities, well, our southern deep East Texas cities. That's where it's coming through is mainly rain. We could still get some what is called freezing rain. That's when it falls as liquid. It freezes upon contact with the ground because the ground itself is just so cold. That is a possibility out there. It's not as likely as it is for areas along and north of I-20, but just all of us across East Texas and toward North Texas as well need to make sure that we are staying weather aware this morning. All right, I'm talking about this as well because I've seen some concerns about winds and the potential for some blowing snow out there. Our wind really is not getting to that level, so we should be good for the most part. So this morning, very light breezes. Those are coming out of the south, and that continues through the afternoon. It's going to be this southern breeze that helps us do that transition to mostly rain in the evening. That continues. Now, as we get to the late evening today, we could get a few gustier winds through deep East Texas. This is again where we have mainly rain, so there's no concern about really blowing snow for our deep East Texas cities. We could have a few gusts though that will likely lower our visibility. The main thing though is going to be that ice accumulation. A few gusty patches as we have a cold front pushing through. That's what's helping to cause some of this wintry mess. But see how our winds shift? They're coming out of the south in front of what will be the storm system coming through. So out toward Henderson, Nacogdoches, you can see the wind coming out of the south. I'm watching though out toward North Texas where the wind switches and comes out of the north. That's what's driving that cold switch over to snow early tomorrow morning. Then eventually that all clears out of here. So I'm going to show you our 7-day. Today, 35. We are tracking a 100% chance of snow, sleet, ice, and rain. That continues into tomorrow. We'll likely have some snow showers early tomorrow morning. That's going to be before sunrise for most of us. We could get a few little lingering patches of snow though. Saturday, the sunshine finally returns to the area. Any lingering ice on the roads should get knocked out by that sunshine on Saturday. We steadily have a warming trend as we get through the end of the week. Please make sure that you are staying weather aware and staying cautious. All right, I am going ahead to look at Facebook to see if you guys have any questions. I know that it's early, so there may not be a ton of you out and about just yet. All right, I'm seeing questions about school closures. We have a list of those on our website. It's being updated as we speak, but districts that have delayed or canceled classes, I'm reading this directly off our website, CBS19.tv. We have Alba and Golden ISD canceled classes for Thursday. Athens ISD canceled classes for Thursday as well. Avenger ISD, Big Sandy ISD canceled classes for both Thursday and Friday. Brownsboro ISD, just to name a few. We have quite a few school districts that goes all the way down. Some school districts that are continuing as normal. Alto ISD, ARP ISD, Bullard ISD is expected to continue classes as normal. Same for Center. And for Chapel Hill ISD, Smith County, and for Titus County. Like I said, we have a full list of those on our website. If you want to check to see if your child's school district is still has canceled classes or is still continuing as normal, please make sure that you are staying weather aware and staying safe out there. Okay, I'm seeing a question. What time Saturday will be safe to travel? Let me go ahead and go back to our future skycast. So let me step off screen just a second. Saturday, for the most part, the ice should be knocked out of here. We could get some melting happening Friday afternoon. Here's our future skycast. But really, it's going to depend on how much cloud cover is left. So let me fast forward a little bit in time here. This is all continuing Thursday. This is when we switch over to Friday morning. So we'll likely still have some ice on the roads early Friday morning. That's going to get covered by a little layer of snow for areas north of I-20. Then that clears out of here. Then we're dealing with cloud cover. We could get some melting in well-traveled spots. So that's going to be for the major roadways. I know that TxDOT has been out brining I-20. So if you're heading out on I-20, that should be safe Friday afternoon. Just make sure that you are, of course, taking it slow and driving carefully. Saturday, once we get the sun in here, you should be good to go. I'd say by maybe 8, 9 a.m., I wouldn't be too worried about traveling on Saturday. Now, Friday, that's a different story. It's still going to be icy if you're heading out on your morning commute. We could have those little snow flurries coming down as well. That will likely see those clouds last into the afternoon. Once again, this is the roads for today. Today is not going to be a great travel day if you can, like I said, avoid any non-essential travel. I know some of you guys out there are essential workers, and we thank you for all that you're doing on weather days like today. But anyone who has the ability to work from home or to stay home or just to avoid running any extra errands today, that will keep you the safest if you can stay off of the roads out there. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and see if there are any. All right, you're welcome. Happy to answer any questions. Okay, I'm seeing questions about black ice. Yes, black ice will be a concern, especially as we get into the evening hours once we drop back below freezing for many of our East Texas cities. That will be a concern overnight tonight. We could see a few spots of black ice, and that could last into parts of Friday morning. Some of that could melt, like I said, Friday afternoon, but really Saturday is going to be the best travel day if you do have to travel a long distance in the next few days. Alrighty, I think that's all that I'm seeing on there. Alrighty, well, I am going to go ahead and get ready for our Morning Y'all show that starts at 5 a.m. We'll have continuous coverage for you all day on air, on streaming, on CBS 19 Plus. I'll probably do more live streams throughout the day today. I hope you guys are staying safe and staying warm. And of course, make sure you're staying weather aware. Have a great day.